pocket, it would cost you a fortune, Seth Jones. Or if you had to,
$40 million signing bonus.
or if you had to trade for it, Seth Jones,
$40 million
it's costing you a lot.
Yeah.
Now you get this guy for free.
Hey, I couldn't agree more, I think. Here's one thing. We're talking about where Owen Power and how we project him. Let's take it all the way back. You saw what he did growing up. Obviously, you would have had a chance to see him play back home. He then goes to Chicago Steel, which is the unconventional route, but they have a great program. They just won the Clark Cup again. So he goes to Chicago Steel, plays there, lights it up there, goes to University of Michigan. For a freshman, I thought he lit it up too. You are on the college hockey beat. Then he goes to the men's worlds and says, hey, look out, NHL players. I can play here too. And as the tournament went along, ends up being a key piece of the gold. So from a progression standpoint, he might want to go back to Ann Arbor for one more year and hang on the campus. And they've got an amazing team. One of the best college teams ever assembled. All that being said, he's played so much hockey and excelled at all these levels.
Yeah, Michigan is an absolute wagon. There were no fans. He didn't get the college experience last year. Frozen Four in Boston. Last time Michigan won a natty was in Boston. It could be a lot of fun for him. And then join the Sabres maybe in March or at the end of the year.
Hey, you join at the end of the year. But that progression, there was a little bit of luck involved. Colin Miller got hurt. He got put up in a pairing with Troy Stetcher, and they couldn't take him off that second pairing. He was that good. By the end of it, he's playing all the high leverage minutes. Every important situation for Gerard Gallant there to go 0-3 and then win a gold with that guy as a key piece. That says a lot.
Veneers was still there. They were going to take him for all the reasons you said.
Who can play, as you mentioned, the full sheet of the ice. But there are a couple of key moments that I was looking for throughout the course of the year. The first was at the World Juniors. And here's a guy who at the World Juniors looking defensively responsible right here. Yeah, now I'll take the puck and go, anticipate the play, take it one-on-one into the zone. But at the World Juniors, he was used in high leverage situations once again, taking key draws down the stretch. It doesn't typically happen for an underage player at that tournament, especially with the success that the U.S. had in winning that tournament. And then you think about, all right, he's a late birthday guy. The world say, why don't you come with us? And he didn't quite really catch pace there, playing a couple minutes here and there. But the simple fact that they brought him tells me everything that they think about this young man. Unfortunately, he ended up getting hurt. But he can do a lot of different things. He can play both sides of the puck. He can score with some skill and bring that identity for a brand new franchise. When you go back to looking at his rookie year, 16 years old, Rob Wilson says, hey, son, you're not going to play center where you played minor hockey. You're going to the wing. And what did he do? He scored 29 goals there as a 16-year-old, really difficult. Manipulating the blade angle, in close. He can shoot from distance as well. And then he went over to Switzerland because the OHL didn't play. And he asserted himself against men and said, hey, I can do this. And he felt like he was chomping at the bit to get back to the under-18s to say, oh, I'm going to destroy the competition here. Dave Barr puts him at center ice, his natural position. He wins 60% of his draws. He continues to score. He goes to the net. He's making plays. He's showing off leadership. This guy is a warrior, and no question that Bob Murray's sitting there saying, I got another Max Comtois here, but maybe additional to what Max has already brought to the table as he had that turnaround year.
Power forward.
Yeah, pretty good compliment to Zegras, too. If they get Zegras to the middle and McTavish, a nice little blend of some finesse and some power down the middle. A pretty good selection here.
I love that. I love your point about that duo, having that little combination, those guys running little short plays off the cycle in the offensive zone. And listen, as the games went along, he got better and better. And I love the power that he showed. People don't recognize he was born in Switzerland, by the way, so people don't recognize that. That's, to your point, how he was able to go over and play in the Swiss second division and played very well. He asserted himself, but he can beat goalies. I saw a lot of tape on him, beating goalies from distance, slinging that wrister from behind him. He has an NHL shot and body right now. I love his game.
Little Caesars playing for Brian Smolinski there in the U16s, and you could tell that he was a little bit gear on skates at that point, and his game has just grown by leaps and bounds. Jeff, you talked about that trajectory, and you think that with him being one of the younger players of the elite in this draft class, that trajectory is going to continue on that 45-degree angle. So the ceiling is massive for this guy. You know, what's interesting about him is the fact that he played a large portion of the season on his offside. So now, when he transitions to the National Hockey League, that's not going to be a surprise for him. Right-handed defenseman, always difficult to come by. This left shot can play the right side as well. That's that added value for the player. But here's some of the things that he does similar to what his brothers do. Extreme amount of confidence with the puck to do anything at any time. There's Quinn Hughes. Oh, yeah, I'm the last guy. Little dipsy-do, no problem. I'll take it into the zone. I'm not worried about being backed up. I'm confident with the puck. All right, well, Luke Hughes, I'm going to do a little bit more of the same thing. No problem. Get it down to the middle of the ice. Hey, Jack Hughes, this looks familiar. All right, I'm going to cut it back towards the middle of the ice. Yep, dish it off. That's a snipe in the back of the net for the New Jersey Devils. So the foundation for all of the Hughes brothers is based on that great skating ability, their edge work, their ability to turn on a dime. That mobility is simply fantastic. It works well in today's transitional game. Points, and he was the guy who was named the top forward. Look at some of the stuff this guy's thinking about. No problem, I'll go behind him. That little lacrosse goal. Hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, in tight, I can do that too. But hey, there's not an opening. I'm just going to spin around here, go to the backhand, lift it upstairs. Oh my gosh, the poise with all these people all over. And this goal, I absolutely love. Against Minnesota. Backhand, right from the goal line. Hello. My goodness. In his under 15 year, this guy was 4'11". There was a couple of rides at the amusement
4'11"?
He couldn't even get on the rides at the amusement park. But you know what? He's 6'1" now, skinny. His eyes are single file. But you know what? Like you said, he's going to go to the weight room, eat a little pasta. He'll be ready to rock and roll. Almost a point per game for Mel Pearson this year at the University of Michigan. And they're killing it right now, the Maize and Blue.